Morning all, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to do a deep dive into my 5 biggest tips or tricks or hints, whatever you want to call it, in Capcut. So that's my preferred editing software at present, and yeah, it's been a life changer. So let's dive straight in. So my first tip, okay, is to make sure that your files are all set up correctly. Now, I know it seems menial and whatnot, but it's so much easier once you, like if you need to go back to your files or you need to use files in another video later on, it's so much easier if you set it up correctly. So if we just go into create project, okay, from here you can just click up on the top, and if you, I'm just going to put new video. Alright, you can also, like you can see it comes up there, you can also click modify, it'll come up, you can press it there, but that's the easiest way I've found. Okay, if I go to import, I've set up a folder for content, import all of that, and there's our content. Now if you need to change the layout, there's plenty of layout options there. I'll put it for that for now because I've got plenty of media that I want to. Right, if I go new folder, I set up 4 new folders usually. Right, go down and we'll right click. I'm going to put rename, and we're going to have this one as A-roll, so that's our primary footage. B-roll, so right click, B-roll, audio, and sound effects. Now you can have as many folders as you want. This is just how I set up my file structures, sound effects, and then from there, okay, we've got that, 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 that. Then we'll put that into A-roll. These 3 are my B-roll. Oh, where did my B-roll go? Alright, just get out of that. Try that again. Better. And then there's, which ones? This one is my audio. And these ones are my sound effects. All right. Sorry, I've misplaced my mouse, so I'm using the keypad at the moment. All right, so that's the sound effects. All right, so that's as simple as it gets. So my second tip, okay, shortcuts. Use your shortcuts. All right, so from here, okay, there's so many shortcuts. If you come up here to the right, okay, you can see here, okay, all these shortcuts. You've got 5 preset shortcuts, okay. You can try out some of those, you can change them yourself, okay. It is completely up to you, but it will be so much more efficient, I can guarantee it, if you use shortcuts, okay, rather than going up here and going, oh, there, Okay, if I just want to zoom in, Control and plus, zoom in, Control negative, zoom out. Okay, if I want to play, space bar, pause, space bar. Okay, the next three, okay, I'm not going to go through all the shortcuts because you can literally change them to whatever you want, but my biggest one is the snipping. I'm constantly going, well, before I learned shortcuts, I was constantly coming up here and snipping. Okay, right, delete left, delete right. Okay, now Control B, snip it. Okay, if you want to undo that, Control Z, undo. All right, if you want to delete left, delete left. If I want to delete right, delete right. Okay, it's as simple as that. Okay, so that's tip number 2, use your shortcuts. Tip number 3 is to cut out all the fluff. Okay, so get rid of all the ums and ahs and all that sort of stuff, cut it all out. Okay, so the easiest way I find, okay, you can come down here and you can literally raise the volume and all that sort of stuff, but I find it very hard to see that. So what I do, okay, I go to track settings, I go to audio waveform size, and I up that to 60%. Right now, obviously it's a little bit condensed at the moment, so I'm going to go to, and really, there we go. Okay, now from here, let's see if I can pick a good spot. Let's have a look at that bit there. Let's see what that is. Alright all, so welcome back to the channel for another. Well, I've zoomed it in a little bit much, I think. Video. Alright, so you can see there, I've got the and right there. And then I've got this pause. Okay, I can just go here and I can go Control B and I can go over to this bit and I can go Q, delete everything to the left. Okay, let's see what. We're doing another Sunday recap. Okay, better. Okay, it's not obviously cut exactly, but not too bad. All right, now from here I can go. The other option, which I really like, and I use quite often, is to go up to this button and press transcript. Now it's going to analyze all the content in it to start with. Waiting. All right, and there we are. All right, so this one I really like. So, and it's free. So if I go remove filler words, okay, it comes down and it goes, gives you 3 options. So pauses, okay, so I can untick that and you can see that the that some of the highlighted stuff on there's gone. Tick it again, comes back on. Hesitation, okay, all the ums and ahs and whatnot, back on. And repetition, ands and I don't know which ones I've got in there, but if I leave them all on, I can just go delete and it deletes all that. Okay, I don't even have to go through and delete all the ums and ahs. Okay, so the other thing is I can just highlight. If I want to just delete the all right at the start, I can just press delete. Okay, I can delete. Okay, if I want to highlight, delete. Okay, you can delete whatever you want just by going through the transcription. Okay, so that is as easy as it gets. But in order to keep your viewers engaged, you really need to get rid of all that fluff and all that hesitation. All right, tip number 4 is use keyframes. All right, so what I used to do before is I used to use just whatever I thought I had at my disposal. So I would go, okay, well, yeah, I need to make it a bit more engaging. I'd come along here and I'd get to there and I'd go, oh, I want to zoom into that, say. So I'd come up here, split that, say, split it there as well. Then I'd come here and I'd go, okay, well, yeah, let's make this a bit bigger. And then we'll go, okay, we'll put a transition in there so it looks cool. All right, and then we go, okay, well, yeah. Then it doesn't look bad, okay, but so much easier. Okay, if I get rid of that, could have just Control Z, but hey, okay, so much easier if I want to. Sorry. Say I still wanted to zoom in there. Okay, but say I wanted to zoom in as I am going, so as you can see here, where you can see it's zooming in as the vehicles are moving. Okay, then it'll stop when it gets to this keyframe. Okay, or say I get something. Okay, that's obviously using a keyframe on transformation, but you can also use it on sound. All right, so say I wanted to do audio. Okay, so that's just some random track I picked. Okay, and I wanted to start it. Okay, you can obviously raise everything up, but say I wanted to raise the volume slowly. Okay, so we'll go from here. Let's say I'll leave that there, go to there, and then I'm going to go to here, and then I'm going to go, well, let's raise that up a little bit. There. So you can see here, we go. There we go, now it's going to start raising up. Volume's starting to get louder. Louder. Then it'll hit this spot here and it'll taper off. Alright, or if I Control Z that, Control Z the first one. Okay, if I want to say go to here, right, and I will go put a, right, and then I wanted to do a sharp increase. I'll go there, right. Okay, this is probably going to sound terrible, but just to show you what you can do. How loud it gets. And there. Okay, so you can do just about anything with it. So I'm not going to go into every option. Okay, what I also like to do, and this sort of goes into those transitions a little bit. okay, is to use some speed ramping. So they've got so many options, but okay, let's just use the preset one. So if I click on that, I go to speed and then I go to curve. Okay, you've got these preset options. Now you can use a custom one if you want, where you can sort of change them however you want. Okay, or you can use a montage or these presets. So if I see how it goes slow, then quick, then slow, then steadies out. Okay, or I'll use Euro. To be honest, some of the preset ones are good enough, really, or they're just. But if you've got an idea in mind, you can obviously use the customs. All right, so that's a little freebie in there. That's sort of really upped my game lately, because before that I was just using transitions. All right, and tip number 5, okay, is to put some time into color grading correctly, because it really makes all the difference when it comes to the final product. So if you come here now, these clips are off Pexels, so they're probably pretty good in terms of color already, but we'll see how we go. So let's just use this one. We've done this. We've used this one for most of the video, so we'll use this one again. Okay. Let's go to adjustment and we'll go to curves. Now, the easiest way to color grade, well, I find, okay, I add, yeah. All right, so you'll see now, this is just basically using it to give you a bit of an idea of contrast, but you see how when you've got an S curve, it gives you a bit more contrast there. Okay, once I just had the, okay, that was obviously pretty good the way that it was. That's why it overexposed when we started doing the S curve, but it gives it a little bit more interest. Okay, so obviously if I had like one of my videos or something like that, this would be a little bit better, because it probably wouldn't have been color graded as good as this one has been anyway. Okay, now the other option is to use one of the preset filters. Now, I actually find that these filters are very good anyway, so I quite like these filters. And say, I don't know, this one will okay, now you can obviously decrease the intensity however you want. Let's just go with that. Okay, it's fade. Okay, now some of them are pro features, some of them are free features. Let's what other ones we got? Oh yeah, we can put a black and white one over the top. Now obviously, depending on how, like, let me just put this before, and then if it's black and white, then it goes colour. Okay. All right, so that's the second option. Third option is to create your own LUTs. So I've got a few LUTs in here. I don't use LUTs a lot because I'm not a specialist and I don't know a lot about them, but I do have some, so I can just, and it'll basically add them to wherever you put. So I can put them over the entire video, or I can put it over just a small portion of the video. Let's go back here. Okay, looks interesting. But that's the other option, and there are plenty of free places you can get LUTs and stuff like that. So I wouldn't necessarily worry about buying LUTs, especially not at this point. But they are out there. All right, and that's tip number 5. Now, by all means, take these tips and run with them. They've been a game changer for how efficient I have become on Capcut when editing my videos. Look, I'm still learning these. There are obviously a ton more tips. I wouldn't say that these tips are for beginners. I would say that some of the tips, especially color grading and stuff like that, are transferable, like right through from beginner to advanced. It's color grading is quite a complex sort of a technique to master. So, but I definitely have sort of aimed this at people just coming into using and editing their own videos. So hopefully everyone's enjoyed this, and by all means, comment, subscribe, like, leave some love down below. I'd love to hear from everyone, and until the next video,